Florida is a team I think that we've beaten the least since I've been at Auburn. We've got 2 wins against them. We beat them at home, and actually the same team beat them twice, and that was the Final Four team. It took a Final Four team to beat Florida since I've been at Auburn. So Billy Donovan early on, and Coach White have done a great job against us, and got us figured out, and they've been really tough to figure out. They're probably coming up here pretty pissed off about their loss last night to Alabama. They played really well in the first half, and probably should have had a much larger lead, and played really well. And then Alabama does what Alabama does and played great in the second half. So they've got to be disappointed, but knowing they got a chance to get feeling better about themselves, they come up here and get this one. Florida owns, one of the best non-conference wins in our league, and that is over Ohio State, an Ohio State team that's beaten the number 2 team in the country, Duke. And so obviously, they're very, very capable. And so, the kid Castleton is first team All SEC preseason. He's not disappointed. He's having a great year, and I think I'll probably remind Dylan Cardwell and Walker Kessler that I don't remember seeing their name on the first team, the second team. If there was a third team, the fourth team, I don't remember those guys' names being on any of those teams. Castleton deserves to be on it, and our guys will have play one of the best centers and one of the best centers in the league. So Florida is another really good defensive team. They force turnovers, they make it difficult, they press, and so it'll be a great matchup, and it'll be good to get back to playing home after going to South Carolina. Question.
We'll get started with a question from Brian Stoltz.
Bruce, KD seemed kind of down on himself near the end of the game against South Carolina on the bench. What did you say to him, and what did you kind of say to him to bring up his spirit and after such a rough outing?
Well, he was great on the bench when the guys were out there playing well. I thought our bench was fantastic. Their passion, their emotion, they were into the game. He was disappointed in his play in the second half, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, just like his coach does.
Next up is Justin Hokanson.
Hey, Bruce. Not to compare teams, because I know you don't want to take anything away from your past teams, but the depth on this team and kind of how they handle it. Just looking through the amount of games that guys have played, at least 3 or 4 minutes a game. What goes into that? How are guys so unselfish? How does it kind of, I guess what makes that so successful? What makes that work?
Well, I think it starts with recruiting. You recruit in the right way, and you don't promise them what you can't deliver. And so nobody's promised the starting position. Nobody's promised minutes. In fact, if anything, we explain the fact that we are one of the few teams in the country that like to play 9, even 10 guys double-digit minutes, that we're going to share. We're going to play hard. We're going to play unselfishly. And I think if the guys are recruited that way and they understand coming in, then you got no complaints. I remember Coach Summit used to say, look, you asked for this. This is what you asked for. You wanted to be a Lady Vol, and this is the way we play. And so I think it starts there. You tell the kids the truth, not necessarily what they need to hear to get them. But you got to give the players all the credit. And I probably should have started off with that. They became friends this summer. They've become best friends this fall. They respect each other. They care about each other. They've competed against one another to try to establish position to the team. And now they know it's time of the year when it's time to not compete against ourselves anymore, but to compete against our opponents. So our depth is our greatest strength. Our kids know that. We will play many other starting fives. We haven't started well again. I don't think we started well in either half against South Carolina. And so we got to work on that.
A follow up, if I can, Greg, just real quick. Just you mentioned the recruiting aspect. How different is that? I mean, obviously, a lot of these kids now they want to come play. They want to play one and done if they can, but everybody wants to play. How refreshing is it when they hear that from you? Is it kind of like, oh,
Well, I think the proof's in the pudding too, in the sense that if you look at, I take Chumo, Kiki, and I take Isaac Carl as really good examples. They were both, one was taking 16, the other was taking 5. And, they were 13.7 rebound guys, but they were productive. Their shooting percentages were productive. Their 3-point field goal percentage was productive. Their assist turnover ratio was good. They rebounded their position, and they were both elite defenders. Look, you don't need an NBA scout or a general manager is not going to pick up a stat sheet and go, oh, this kid's averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. He must be good. That's not what they do.
All right, guys, remember, if you have a question for Coach, to put it in the chat. We'll go to New Bias Wilborn.
Bruce, how's it going today, brother?
Good, New Bias. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. Had a good day today so far. I hate to be the health question guy, but just asking where you guys health-wise so far going into practice today, and how you guys feeling about where you're at after the South Carolina win.
Yeah, well, I do think it'll be a day-to-day thing, and I'll do the best job I can, given the rules and the regs and the things you can and can't say. Allen won't be available for practice today. We hope to get him back for Saturday. That's definitely a possibility. And other than that, I think we're good to go.
All right, I guess we'll go to Justin Ferguson next.
Bruce, you mentioned him in your opening, but Castleton for Florida, what stands out to you about his game? Because it seems like he's a dude that does well both on offense and defense for them.
Yeah, I think he's one of the top shot blockers in our league. They run a lot of good stuff for him. He draws fouls like crazy. He spreads out. He's really physical, and he provides effort, energy, and confidence, I think, to their team. So, he's a really he's a leading scorer. He's a leading rebounder. He does a terrific job. Florida's old. They're one of the, I think they're the 13th oldest team in the country. He's got 5 senior starters, either grad transfers or seniors that have transferred. And, so this is a group that's been there, and a group that's done that. Been there and done that.
All right, Coach, looks like we'll wrap you up with a question today from Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, could you talk a little bit about Lior? I think he only played 29 minutes last year. He's like 5 times beyond that so far this year.
Well, I think a couple things. Lior has played well all summer and fall. So the fact that he's played more is really about consistency of his effort. He's one of the hardest working guys on the team. One of the guys who's in the gym as much as anybody. He's done it himself, and we obviously have great confidence in him because of his toughness, his physicality. He's a physical defender. We're very confident in him when he's got a good open look. Against South Carolina, he turned the corner, put the ball down the floor, ran Ira Bowman's chip drill to perfection, just come off 2 feet, gave Walker a nice easy bounce pass. So he's a good player. I mean, Lior's a good player. Lior actually has got a great future playing professional basketball because as an American Jew, he has got an opportunity to go anywhere, but Israel would be a very attractive place for Lior to go and play. So I think that's definitely his future. The fact that he's a 4.0 and a great student and a great teammate, all that stuff makes him a huge part of this team. And you saw him out there at St. Louis last 5 minutes of the game, and those guys that were out there in that last 5 minutes, they delivered a huge comeback road win for us.
All right, Coach, appreciate it.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean, keep Alabama beautiful.